Interesting facts about famous people.
Richard Boone, interesting facts. Richard Allen Boone, 1917 to 1981, most notably for his roles in westerns, including a starring role in the television series Have Gun Will Travel. After the run of his weekly show, Boone moved to Hawaii with his family. Here are some interesting facts about Richard Boone. Regularly returning to the mainland to appear in films such as 1964's Rio Conchos, 1965's The Warlord with Charlton Heston, 1967's Hombre with Paul Newman, and an episode of Cimarron Strip. The latter was the first time he guest starred on someone else's show, as a favour for the director, friend Lamont Johnson. "It's harder and harder to do your best work on TV," he said. In 1965, he came in third in the Laurel Award for Rio Conchos for Best Action Performance. Sean Connery won first place with Goldfinger, and second place went to Burt Lancaster for The Train. While living on Oahu, Boone helped persuade Leonard Freeman to film Hawaii Five-0 exclusively in Hawaii. Before that, Freeman had planned to do establishing location shots in Hawaii, but principal production in Southern California. Boone and others convinced Freeman that the island could offer all the necessary support for the TV series and would provide an authenticity otherwise unobtainable. Freeman, convinced by Boone's love of Hawaii, offered him the Steve McGarrett role. Boone turned it down. The role went to Jack Lord, who also shared enthusiasm for the region, which Freeman considered important. Lord had coincidentally appeared with Boone in the first episode of Have Gun Will Travel, titled 3 Bells for Perdido. Boone had shot a pilot called Kona Coast, 1968, which he hoped CBS would adopt as a series. "I really don't want to do another series," he said, "but I've been battling for 3 years to get production going in Hawaii, and if a series will do it, I'll do it." The network went with Hawaii Five-0 instead. Kona Coast, which Boone co-produced, was released theatrically. Boone focused on films: 1969's The Night of the Following Day with Marlon Brando, the same year The Arrangement with Douglas for Elia Kazan, 1970's The Kremlin Letter for John Huston, and 1971's Big Jake with John Wayne. Richard did some TV movies: 1971's In Broad Daylight, 1972's Deadly Harvest and Goodnight, 1972's My Love, moving to Florida around this time. Boone starred in the 1970 film Madron, the first Israeli-produced film shot outside Israel, set in the American West of the 1800s. In that year, he accepted an invitation from Israel's Commerce Ministry to provide the Israel film industry with Hollywood know-how. In 1979, he received an award from Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin for his contribution to Israeli cinema. He starred in The Great Niagara, 1974, and 1975's Against the Crooked Sky, and supported John Wayne a third time in Wayne's final film, 1976's The Shootist. In the mid-70s, Boone returned to the Neighborhood Playhouse in New York City, where he had once studied acting, to teach. Boone did 1976's God's Gun with Leif Garrett, Lee Van Cleef, and Jack Palance. He appeared in 1977's The Last Dinosaur and 1978's The Big Sleep, and provided the voice of the dragon Smaug in the 1977 animated film version of The Hobbit. Boone's last appearances were in 1979's Winter Kills and the 1979's Bushido Blade. Boone died at his home in St. Augustine, Florida, due to complications from throat cancer. His ashes were scattered in the Pacific Ocean off Hawaii. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate likes, shares, and subscribers. Drop me your comments. Bye for now.